Boom shakalaka. What is up, ladies and gents? Randall here from Crypto Love, and today we have an episode about another coin you guys wanted me to cover. Today we're taking a look at Bluzelle, but before we do, those of you who already watched the channel a bit might know what I'm about to say, but thank you to everyone subscribing. Thank you to everyone mashing on that like button. And if you want to find out how to win a free Ledger Nano S, stay tuned. Now today we are looking at Bluzelle, the next-gen database protocol for the decentralized internet. Is this the blockchain? No. It's better. It's blockchain agnostic. That means any blockchain can work with it to basically be the databases for the decentralized internet, for all the decentralized stuff, all the dapps. They need databases. Now, a big question for me, you might have been asking the same thing, is what's the difference between a database versus file storage? Because you guys know I poo-poo all over those file storage things because they're slow. So why would I talk about Bluzelle and say maybe it's better than those? Well, let me tell you. See, a database is generally used for storing related structured data with a well-defined data formats in an efficient manner for insert, update, and or retrieval, depending upon application. On the other hand, which would be this one, file system is more unstructured data store for storing arbitrary, probably unrelated data. So a database has a bunch of stuff stored on there that you can update, add, change, retrieve, do whatever you want. Whereas file system is just all the junk you ever have. It's like the garage is just filled with a whole bunch of crap. That is file storage. So what's Bluzelle? Well, we'll take a look at their website, then we'll take a look at their white paper. They have a nice one. All right. So basically, they're looking at combining the sharing economy with the token economy. They say they're going to be the Airbnb of databases. Basically, centralized systems won't work for dapps for a number of reasons, like security, scalability, speed, all of those things. But what does Bluzelle do? It has the reliable swarm technology. So instead of having to get the consensus of the whole entire network like Bitcoin does, which makes it very slow, or like Ethereum does, which makes it very slow, they are doing little swarms, which are basically tiny groups of nodes. So the analogy they like to use is the swarms are like galaxies, whereas the whole entire thing is the universe. A whole bunch of swarms in the universe, all right? They also have boundless scaling, so because it's not a blockchain, their algorithm stores data in a unique network model that doesn't depend on data centers, and that is able to scale very quickly. And dynamic performance, okay? Basically adjusting the location and number of nodes to reduce request time and increase overall performance. Now, they've been working for a long time, not on Bluzelle, but other projects. So basically, in the beginning, they were working on stuff, trying to do decentralized things with Microsoft Azure, which is another database type thing. Didn't work out very well, so they had to create this whole entire thing, which they then created Bluzelle. But they've worked with Microsoft, HSBC, 0x, BToken, all these different things, all right? And then they had the token sale. Now, have they updated the website since the token sale? No. But, give them time. They're working. They're going around. I actually met Pavel at NeoDevCon. Very cool. He gave me a t-shirt. So I guess this is a sponsored interview because I got a t-shirt. But he didn't know I was going to do this beforehand. All right. Just totally off the cuff. All right. But Pavel, he worked for Disney, a whole bunch of other companies. We'll take a look at the website at the team on the white paper because it has a lot more information. You can't click there. But we'll take a look at some advisors. We can do that now. Guys, they have some advisors like Prashant Malik, ex-Facebook, co-creator of Apache Cassandra, okay? But Brian Fox, the guy who created Bash, okay? So if you use a Mac, if you use Linux, any open source type of thing, he's the creator of that, all right? Back in the 1980s. They also have the original creator of Ripple, core Ethereum developers, CEO of Smith & Crown, so a whole bunch of big people behind them. That's always helpful. When you have big people on board, it's kind of a big thing, and they're backed by these other capital companies. But let's go take a look at the rest of this stuff. First thing we'll look at is what's going on with CoinMarketCap. Right now, Bluzelle is 31 cents. ICO price was 11 cents. So you already got a 3x at one point. I mean, if you would have gotten into ICO and then sold, you would have had like a 7, 8x return. That's why ICOs are so cool, because you can just get in, dump them as soon as they hit the markets, and get out, and you just keep doubling your money over and over again like that. Sorry for people in the US. Life sucks. Blame the SEC. But right now, Bluzelle, 158th on coin market cap, $51 million market cap, 4.7 million daily volume. Okay, the circulating supply right now is 165 million BLZ tokens. They have two tokens on this atmosphere. So they have the BLZ token, which is an ERC20 token meant for trading, and then they have the BNT token, the Bluzelle native token, for use in the ecosystem. Apparently they're on a 1-to-1 scale, but it just makes it a little bit more confusing when they have two tokens instead of one. Total supply, 500 million. And you're asking, where can I find this? Well, Huobi and Binance and Gate.io and IDEX, so all of those. Now, taking a look at the white paper. I like the white paper. Easy read, explains a lot of things, tells us a bit about what's going on. First, all the legal mumbo jumbo, because we need lawyers and people aren't responsible for themselves and all that BS. But the problem is that blockchains like Ethereum are not designed for databases, okay? It would take up too much space and too much time. It just would not work. The solution, Bluzelle, you guessed it. Bluzelle, a decentralized, on-demand, scalable database service for dapps. Starting with dapps, going into a whole bunch of stuff, other stuff later on, but starting with dapps. Why? Because we're building a decentralized world, okay? We have dapps. We need databases for them. Bluzelle is filling the need. So kind of to wrap your head around this whole concept, because it's nice to have analogies, okay? So we have applications. So the current internet has Facebook. The decentralized internet has stuff like status, okay? Then we have operating systems. The current internet has Windows. Decentralized internet has Ethereum. Then we have file storage. The current internet has AWS, Amazon Web Services, and the decentralized internet has Filecoin. And then you might be asking, where does Bluzelle fit in? Well, right here in this orange. Data storage and management. Oracle for the internet we use today. Bluzelle for the decentralized internet. Now, there is a really great graph coming up about how decentralized databases work out much better than centralized ones. We'll get into that. But before we do, basically the history, the roadmap. So Pavel and Neeraj meet up in Canada. They're based out of Canada and Singapore. They launched Canadian Ripple Gateway back in 2015. They set up in Singapore 2016. And then 2017, they started building that Ethereum-based KYC ledger for international banks when they figured out they couldn't use Microsoft Azure. So they came up with Bluzelle, named Technology Pioneer 2017 by World Economic Forum. And then they had the token sale and all of that stuff. Now, other stuff that's important to take a look at. This is the picture that I was talking about. So it shows the past, the present, and the future. Okay? Eckhart Tolle says, be here in the present. But it's important to look at the future for decentralized internet stuff. I know, that joke kind of sucked. Mea culpa, right? Now, past. Single system model. Basically, there's an application, there was database runtime, database cache, and then the file system. So many points of failure, which is not good. The present is the whole cloud. Everybody loves to be on the cloud. I mean, right after selfies came out, the cloud came out, and everybody was doing all that stuff with the cloud. So that makes things a little bit better, but you have these load balancers, which are a single source of failure. So instead of having multiple sources of failure, we have a single source of failure. If that goes like Equifax, where they lost 250 million people's ID, stuff like that, that's bad, okay? Now, take a look into the future. Yes, I can see into the future. Taking a look into the future with Bluzelle's decentralized model. Okay, so they have it stored all over the place. They have these mini swarm databases all over the place, and there's no single source of failure, because if you hack into a little piece, you don't get all the information. The analogy they use is you take a mug and you smash that mug, all right? And then you just, have a fun time, because it's nice to break stuff. But then you take a second mug and you smash that second mug, and then you distribute that all over to all these different swarms, and you replicate that. And so then, it can be found all over the place. But if you hack into one of these little pieces, you'll only get a teeny little piece. You won't know what it's all about. So that's how it works. But they go into that and they talk about with like the future decentralized database, no points of failure, scales efficiently, highest privacy, immutable, and no performance limitations. So that all this stuff sounds really cool. All right. Some more stuff that they talk about that's pretty important. This is what I was talking about with the swarm and the galaxies. All of that stuff to look at. So some other things that it's worth mentioning. Use cases for Bluzelle, stuff like prediction markets, currency exchange protocols, data streaming networks. And then I think that's all the important stuff in the white paper, but you can find out a lot more about how it works and everything there. This is talking about the two different tokens. So we got the BLZ token, the one that's traded on a bunch of different markets, the BNT, which is the one that works with the ecosystem, how they're traded on a one-on-one basis and how all that stuff works. All right, the revenue model. You guys can look through the rest of that. They talk about sharding because they are using sharding. Turns out that sharding is actually an acronym. I did not know this until I read the white paper. That's why I read white papers, because I learn stuff from them. So sharding stands for System for Highly Available Replicated Data. Wow, crazy. It actually stands for something. So they're going to use sharding in there to help speed up stuff, all of that. Oh, last thing in here is the roadmap. So and also the team. We didn't get into the team. So Pavel, okay, CEO. He was an NCAA honor roll student athlete from UCLA, okay. Maybe not the most interesting thing for blockchain concepts, but he worked for Disney and was involved in a whole bunch of other stuff. Neeraj, Google, IBM, Hewlett-Packard, Lufthansa, big companies, all right? We already went over the advisors, and then eventually we will get to the roadmap. Right, so the roadmap. Lovelace, in December 2017, their single swarm, basically the first swarm, okay? December 2017, minimum viable product. After that, 2018, they're supposed to have some more stuff going on by April, August, December, okay? And then 2019, some more stuff going on. Now, taking a look at the GitHub, it looks like there has not been much work done since January, all right? We're in March right now, so a couple months have not gone through much stuff. Now, if we take a look at the repositories, at least the stuff that's available on GitHub, okay? Boom. Did not... doesn't look like there's much going on recently. So I should just say that because you guys like the positive, you also like the negative. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. All right. Also, some other things that I saw. I did not verify this. I know this is news nowadays where people just say stuff and then if you just repeat it often enough, it's true. I was not able to verify this because I don't know how to read smart contracts and I don't have the time to learn right now. So this guy here, I was taking a look at ICO Bench, and I like to look at the expert ratings, see what they say. Well, this guy, Luca Cotta, he says that the vesting schedule for the team and advisors is not coded in the smart contract, and that is a big warning for him. So, is this a cash grab? I think probably not, but you never know. All right, you never know. I have not seen, like I said, work being done recently, but they could surprise us all. They have been at a lot of conferences. They've been talking with a lot of people, so I think they're kind of working to promote it and then working to build it up. So overall, that is Bluzelle in a nutshell. Very cool concept, very necessary on the blockchain, very strong team and advisors. Couple things worth considering. Obviously, do your own research. I'm no financial advisor, I'm no expert. I just make YouTube videos, all right? One man's opinion. That's it, all right? So for those of you who stuck around just to win that free Ledger Nano S, you can go to crypto-love.com/ledger and enter to win there, which I give it away at the late night live streams on Tuesday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. And lastly, guys, for those of you who just hung around to listen to the sound of my voice, look at the face of my face and taste whatever you're eating at the moment. Thank you so much. You're my favorites. I will catch you guys in the next one. And then if you guys want more reviews of certain coins, just put down in the comments what you want me to do, and I will do it if there's requests and time and it's not a shit coin. So I will see you guys later. Have a good one. All right. Peace.